Hey, Shad here with SpeedX, the fast growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the Motion 6 from UCLEAR. Before we jump in and do the deep dive on the UCLEAR Motion 6 unit, go ahead and subscribe. That helps keep bringing you the best gear reviews in the universe. And if at any point you decide you'd like to purchase one of these Motion 6 units from SpeedX, we'd appreciate that. The link's in the description below to shop for this or any other parts or gear you might need for your next two-wheel adventure. So, UCLEAR, they're one of the 3 top brands in the Bluetooth space when it comes to helmet communication kits. What you're gonna notice here is they do things a little bit differently. So they set out to make an extremely portable unit with mesh, killer sound, at an affordable price point. The way they mount this unit is really unique. You can easily take it between helmets. If you want to take it skiing, you want to take it in your side-by-side, it's ready to go with you wherever you want. It's rugged, it's waterproof, and like I said, the price point is pretty fair considering it's 5.0 Bluetooth and mesh enabled. So you're gonna pay $249 MSRP for a single. It's also sold as a set at a little bit of a discount at $459. So UCLEAR was the first to market with a mesh enabled Bluetooth 5.0 unit. You're gonna get their DynaMESH, which is compatible up to 6 riders. You can also do one-on-one pairing with their universal Bluetooth pairing mode. So if you have someone that's not running a UCLEAR, you want to bring them into your mesh group or talk to them one-on-one, they do have that functionality. Runtime is 18 hours, 3 hours to a full charge. The claimed range on the Intercom is 3/4 of a mile, and a 2-year warranty is backing this thing up. Okay, let's show you a little bit more about what comes in the box. We're gonna start with showing you the unit itself. So there's 4 different units that UCLEAR is making at the moment. They've got the Go Amp 2, that's their entry level, and then they have 3 Motion Series units. They all actually look identical, just like the one in my hand. They have the Motion 4 Lite, which is the bargain. If you want the gesture, laser-guided gesture control, which I'm gonna explain in a minute, you gotta move up to the 6, and you can get up to 6 riders in mesh. If you wanna have a larger group, you gotta go to the Motion Infinity, which is basically unlimited mesh, and you also get their SOS crash feature, which will notify emergency contacts in case you're in an accident in that Infinity series. More on the 6. So, like I said in the other videos, if you want to watch those on the 4 or the Infinity, I really like their button layout. It's rugged and they are easy to find. There's 4 buttons. So you get this big paddle up in the front. You get these 2 side buttons, which are easily divided between with this gap. So that's where the unit comes on and lights up. And then you have this 4th unit up on the top. So it's really easy to know without even looking where you are on this unit. Now, like I said, it does have the hand gesture, so if you want to do commands with just a flick of your finger, you can do that, which is pretty cool. No one else has technology out like that, and that's done with a little laser sensor that's right here in this bottom window. So you can just move your hand and without touching the unit. I know sometimes that's hard with depending on the type of gloves you're running. You can move around and do different functions in there. It is also digital assistant enabled by pressing the top. More on that later. So made in Singapore, high quality unit, totally waterproof, 1 entry point. This is USB-C. You're gonna use this to charge it. It's also where your speakers go. Now, that's nice because it doesn't have a lot of different openings that you have to worry about weatherproofing, but it does mean you cannot charge this unit while you're riding. You're gonna have to unplug it and charge it in. Let's show you more about what comes in the box here. We're gonna move this off to the side and show you what comes with your Motion 6. The first up and the star of the show. One thing that UCLEAR does differently here is they're actually gonna integrate your microphone with your speaker harness. So, super easy install. These speakers are heavyweight, they're powerful, they're bassy, they get nice and loud. So no matter the speed, you're gonna be able to hear what's going on with these units. You're gonna hear your music nice, loud, and clear. I've handled a lot of them. These are exceptional speakers. Now, the thing that makes this an easy install is that your microphones are actually part of this harness. And there they are. So let's see, if I undo this real quick, I'll show you exactly how we lay this out. So the speakers go in the speaker holes as they do, and then here are your 2 microphones. So not 1, but 2. Now that helps them cancel noise, and they have a proprietary technology that has to do with having a 2 microphone setup, and those are located on a street helmet. You're gonna put them up under your liner, right in your brow area, so right above your eyes, and they include some adhesive Velcro patches to do so. If you're riding a motocross helmet, you're gonna wanna move these down low because your goggles would block them off otherwise, and they're supposed to be about 4 to 5 inches apart, so sneak them right up under the cheek pads in a moto helmet. You can also install this in a ski or snow helmet. Whatever you want to do, you just easily pull this out and you're ready to rock. Let's show you what else comes inside the box here. So you got mounting pucks for those speakers. Depending on your speaker recess in your helmet, you may or may not want to use those. Here are the Velcro adhesive patches to mount your microphones either here or down here. And all these accessories can be purchased separately. So if you want to set up a second helmet, you just want to buy another set of speakers so you can easily take your unit and jump into a different helmet, you can do that. No problem. We have all of those listed as well. Here's a USB-C charging cord. They do include the wall plug as well as a car charger. And let's talk about mounting. So another thing that makes UCLEAR unique is their mounting system. They do not go with a clamp style. There's no tools involved. This is all 3M adhesive mount. Here's their primary mount with a little clip style release. So I'm just gonna press this down, pull it up, you're ready to walk away. Now, this makes it really easy to mount no matter the type of helmet. Some people struggle with those clamp style mounts on the bottom. This will fit virtually any motorcycle helmet that we've tested it on, and it's a good mount. They also include this ultra slim mount for helmets that may have a lot of angles or different things going on, or maybe you want to throw it on your ski helmet and there's not a lot of space to do that. This thing is really small. I mean, it's about probably less than an inch this direction in width. And so you can virtually get this on any surface. It's got that 3M adhesive on the back. So they include one of those and you can play around with it. And finally, the strangest mount in the box is this clip style mount. I had to ask them what this was for. I assumed it wasn't for, you know, mounting on a nipple or something like that, but they clarified, don't worry. They explained that you can actually take this and mount it on a friend's helmet. So you got an extra unit and you want to set a friend up without putting adhesive on their helmet and gumming it up, don't worry, you can use this clip style mount, just put it on the bottom of their helmet and they're ready to rock. So interesting thing UCLEAR is doing with that clip style. Okay, now that you've seen what's in the box, let's talk about the intercom. Now stick with me here, there's a lot to explain. UCLEAR, while there's a lot to explain, UCLEAR does make things simpler in that if everyone's on a UCLEAR mesh enabled unit, it's gonna be real straightforward. Everybody's on the mesh group. With the Motion 6, you can get up to 6 people in your network, and you get all the benefits of mesh. It's self-healing, which means if someone gets stuck behind and then they catch back up, you don't have to pull over and repair them. They're automatically brought back into the group. Next cool thing about mesh, it's going to extend that range. So hopefully, in perfect conditions, you're going to get that full 3/4 of a mile between each rider. It's going to daisy chain, give you a nice long mesh network. Now, what if someone doesn't have a UCLEAR mesh-enabled unit? Well, there's another option. You can do a Bluetooth universal pairing with virtually any other unit on the market, 1-to-1. So say you have 4 mesh-enabled Motion 6 units in your riding group, but you've got one black sheep friend who's got a Sena Bluetooth unit. Don't worry, one of you can bring him in by pairing 1-to-1. In fact, all 4 of you could pair to one other Bluetooth non-mesh unit or non-UCLEAR branded unit and bring in a bunch of the black sheep. I hope that makes sense. Now, one more thing about mesh. Up until now, and going forward for a little bit longer, mesh has always been brand proprietary, like I was just saying. So if someone's got a Sena mesh unit or a Cardo mesh unit, you can't play in the same mesh sandbox, so to speak. That's annoying, and UCLEAR is actually doing something about it. We just heard that they could be working out a deal with Cardo to make their mesh units cross-compatible. That would be really cool. It's a coming soon thing, and it will be available through a firmware update, so you don't have to worry about getting a different unit. So if your friend has a Cardo mesh unit and you are gonna buy a Motion 6, not too far into the future, you guys should be able to play mesh together. Now, one other thing on compatibility, the Scorpion Exocom. So this is a new unit from Scorpion, but it's made by UCLEAR. Now this is the equivalent of a Motion 4 essentially, so this is mesh enabled Bluetooth 5.0. We're selling a lot of these right now with those Scorpion helmets, so if you got a friend with one of these, it is mesh enabled and it does play well with the Motion series, so they will be part of your riding group. Just thought we'd mention that real quick. Let's talk about range. So real fast on range, one thing we've noticed when we're testing units is that the range is more or less the same despite what some of these manufacturers claim. You could expect to get about 500 to 800 yards depending on the unit, and if you test them back to back, sometimes a different unit wins every third time, and it's just mix and match them. I'm saying this because you probably shouldn't shop based on range. There's not a clear leader in the range game, and whether or not it has a flip-up antenna or an internal antenna like the Motion 6, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. When it comes to Bluetooth 5.0, they all have about the same bandwidth, and all these manufacturers turn it up to the highest allowable setting by FCC regulations. And so don't get caught up in range anxiety. The Motion 6 performs well with range. It has an internal lab tune antenna. Think the same sort of antenna maybe your iPhone has inside of it. Let's jump into some of the extra features. So the first thing you want to do when you purchase a UCLEAR unit is download their app. Their app is awesome, and it allows you to tune up some things that other brands do not allow you to tune up. The first one is that noise cancellation. Remember that dual microphone setup I showed you? Their noise canceling is really awesome, and you can adjust how much cancellation you're getting. The more cancellation, the more noise that's coming in the helmet, you're going to turn that up. You are going to lose quality of the audio. Now, if you're on a more quiet machine, you're going to want to dial that back. You're going to get much crisper, clearer audio, and you don't need all that extra cancellation. So if you're on a quiet touring bike, dial it back. You're on a motocross bike, lots of wind coming in the helmet, dial it back up. It's that easy. It's right there on the app. The other thing they want to do is give you a fully programmable EQ system when it comes to the audio, so you can dial into the type of music you listen to and get the best sound out of the unit. That's right there in the app. You can also set up your pairing in the app. You can pair multiple devices, navigation, phone, whatever you need to do. Configure your mesh. And you do have that digital assistant with a push of the button on the top. You can say, hey Siri, hey Google, whatever you need to do there. That app is also going to allow the over-the-air firmware updates, so there's no more taking this off your helmet, plugging it into the computer. That sucks. Remember, UCLEAR's backing the units up with a 2-year warranty. And the cool thing about UCLEAR is when you call, they're not a huge company. You're not going to get some call center person that doesn't know what they're talking about. You're going to get one of the core group that's been there in a long time. And sure, you might have to leave a message, but they will call you back and they will have all the answers. There's no back and forth. They're going to get you dialed in. They're going to stand behind their products. You're going to be a happy camper. That does it for the Motion 6. You still got questions? Don't worry. Head over to speedx.com. Rider support standing by through email, live chat, and phone support, or just drop your question in the comment section below, and one of our team members will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.